I've had a lot of viewers on my worrying trend in the hi-fi industry video, and I'm quite proud of that. And I do think it's an applicable thing that is going on. A lot of these kind of traditionally mid-range companies that focus between the $2,000 and $10,000 price point are sort of moving to the high end. They are kind of repositioning themselves, restructuring, it seems like, to where most of their products are $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 and above. And don't get me wrong, I love budget hi-fi. I used to be the budget audiophile, all right, and I think it's a great place. But over the years, I've also come to listen to tens of thousands of dollar systems and $250,000 hi-fis and all these sorts of things. And I realize that, there is a place for high-end audio and that sort of thing. But I also realize and, have come to realize more and more that mid-range, that let's say $2,000 to $7,000 price point is the aspirational price point. It is where the average Joe, the guy that goes out and works at the sawmill, or whatever, who's into hi-fi, and he can save up money to move into that category, as opposed to, sticking with his NAD or his shit audio products, which themselves, again, are fine and perfectly acceptable and good products. But again, he wants to move up. He wants to get the better. He heard a great audio research amplifier, and he wants to pick one up. Well, they used to offer one 10 years ago that you could get that was, $4,000, but now you can't buy anything from them unless you spend 5 digits. You know what I mean? And so it's not a criticism of anything, of specific companies, but more it is a criticism of just sort of this general practice that I've noticed of a lot of these mid-focused companies that, again, have historically been there, and they seem to be moving away from that. Maybe that middle ground is shrinking. Possibly, I don't know. I can't really speculate on that. I'm not in the industry. But perhaps that middle range is shrinking, and you have high-end customers, and then you have the budget customers, and that mid-range is just going away. Again, I can't really say. But it is a shame because, it's where a lot of people go to after they start out. And I think a lot of these companies are sort of missing the mark, or going to miss the mark in the long run. And there are still a lot of companies staying in that mid-range. PS Audio is a great example of that. Some speaker brands, Magnapan and others, are great examples of sort of staying in that mid-range, of offering a very great high-performance product that is a step above the entry level. It's not quite high-end, but it is a step above. And so, anyway, that's it.